to Cranbrook Flavors, where expertise meets innovation in the world of flavor solutions. With over 3 decades of experience, we stand at the forefront of the industry, offering bespoke flavor solutions tailored to our clients' diverse needs. Witness our technical excellence, where our capabilities extend to pioneering chemical creations, precision emulsions, advanced in-house spray drying, innovative aroma chemical synthesis, and the latest in taste modulation units. Guided by our state-of-the-art laboratories and a team fueled by innovation, we seamlessly deliver end-to-end solutions, from conceptualization to execution, all under one roof. Expanding our repertoire to include fragrance development, emulsion technology, sugar reduction innovations, and flavor masking compounds, we transcend to become indispensable partners, not only for bottlers, but for diverse industries alike. With a steadfast dedication to quality and adherence to regulatory standards, we ensure precise label accuracy and compliance for every market we serve. Join us at Cranbrook Flavors, where every flavor tells a story of excellence. Discover the taste of innovation today.
Attention food enthusiasts! Are you ready to embark on an innovative journey unlike any other? Hold on to your aprons, because Freddie Hirsch is about to shake things up as an official sponsor and exhibitor at the prestigious AFMASS Food Expo Eastern Africa Edition 2024. The Freddie Hirsch Group is a privately owned customer-centric organization established in 1956. We are the largest supplier of food ingredients, sausage casings, meat processing equipment, and other sundry items to the red meat and poultry sectors of the food industry. We are a manufacturing, distribution, sales, and marketing organization which offers uniquely differentiated products and services through its highly trained sales and technical staff to thousands of independent and supermarket retail butcheries, meat processing factories, poultry processing factories, hotels, and restaurants. We foster long-lasting relationships with innovative partners to deliver quality and cost benefits. With our proud heritage of Freddie Hirsch, we have leveraged our unique competencies as the flavor house for East Africa, a proudly African brand woven into the fabric of taste in Africa. Join us as we unveil specialized technology which has revolutionized the meat industry. Freddie Hirsch is the innovative leader pioneering fresh ways and leading our industry into a new era. Be part of the latest achievements as we bring patented world-class technology to your business. With our history as an African producer and distributor of spices, ingredients, and flavors, we are uniquely positioned as the partner of choice to global and local meat, poultry, dairy, and bakery industries, with the overall objective of serving authentic East African tastes. Come understand our signature spice blends that ignite the senses and be a witness to state-of-the-art equipment. Freddie Hirsch is here to redefine the landscape in the foods industry in Eastern Africa and beyond. But wait, there's more. As we gear up for this epic event, we're not just bringing products, we're bringing opportunities. Get ready to network with industry leaders, uncover the latest trends, and forge partnerships that will shape the future of food. So fellow meat processors, hoteliers, restaurant owners, and foodies, mark your calendars and make a date with Freddie Hirsch at the AFMASS Food Expo Eastern Africa Edition 2024. Come explore and be a part of the revolution that's set to ignite your imagination. We strive to bring excellence to the tiniest detail, and we're thrilled to be your strategic partner on this epic adventure. We are Freddie Hirsch, the largest supplier of food ingredients, sausage casings, meat processing equipment. We are proud sponsors and exhibitors at AFMASS Food Expo Eastern Africa Edition 2024. See you at the Expo. Let's make culinary magic together.
In the heart of Africa and the Middle East, where the sun rises on a world of boundless potential, there's a name that brings hope. Beulah. Every day, Beulah touches the lives of billions, quietly working towards a brighter future for everyone. We're more than machine manufacturers. We are your everyday partner, committed to harnessing the vibrant diversity of this continent to create a brighter future. Since the early 1970s, Beulah has had a strong presence in the Middle East and Africa region, which comprises 78 countries, each with its own culture, challenges, and opportunities. Beulah supports customers locally in 19 offices, complemented by 16 service stations and 2 manufacturing sites. We believe knowledge is key when put into practice, which is why in our 3 application and training centers in Abidjan, Nairobi, and Kano, we offer various trainings, trials, and laboratory services for the food and feed processing industry. Despite our region's rich potential, we are confronted with distinct challenges. Climate change is reshaping landscapes, while shifting market trends pose new obstacles. Food scarcity remains a pressing issue for many. In many African countries, desertification and crop reductions, often attributed to climate change, result in post-harvest losses of up to 30% annually. Ethiopia alone experiences the loss of approximately 10 million metric tons of crops each year. We're committed to delivering solutions that acknowledge both the challenges and the immense potential within our region. Beulah isn't just a name, it's a promise. We're here to bridge these gaps, to transform challenges into opportunities. And in close collaboration with our local partners, we strive to establish a world where safe, nutritious food is a fundamental right, not a luxury. Innovations are in our DNA. We believe in the transformative power of data, not just in shaping industries, but in strengthening communities. We aim to share knowledge, provide guidance, and inspire others. Beulah is your trusted partner for life. Join us on a journey to build a world where every sunrise brings hope, every meal is a moment of joy, and every hand finds support in the face of challenges.
Okay, my name is Francis Juma, and I'm the founder and CEO of FW Africa. 2024 coincidentally actually marks the 20-year journey of what has become known as AFMASS Food Expo. The concept for AFMASS began when I got an opportunity to visit a foreign country, and I was there for probably 2 months, and I got the opportunity to visit food companies, suppliers to the sector, associations. And one thing that I really got to note were the tens of magazines that I found wherever I used to go. And when I came back, I took the opportunity to sign up to some of these publications. Having been born in Kenya here, grown up here, and ended up studying food science and technology at the university. So one thing that I really got to note was the gap that was there in Africa for information resources that could be used by the food industry stakeholders in the continent. So when we started off, with our Food Business Africa magazine, which is now probably in its 11th year or so, going to 12. And from Food Business Africa, the idea of providing a platform to tell the story of the African food industry was born. And as we went on and on, growing the brand, very soon, as part of this whole setup, was the idea of events, because magazines provide information on a regular basis. We established websites for foodbusinessafrica.com then, and then eventually we had the concept for hosting an event for the food industry stakeholders. That's where AFMASS Food Expo came from. So the first edition of AFMASS Food Expo started as a very different kind of thing. Our first event was held at Strathmore University in Nairobi, and it was basically a conference with 3 or 4 exhibitions booths outside. So by then, what we had was a conference talking about operational excellence, manufacturing issues, food safety. So from that inaugural event in 2015, we've grown the event to some significant level. But then, in relation to our magazines, this year marks 11 years since we started publishing the magazines. And now in the food industry, it's no longer just Food Business Africa. We have a magazine for the milling sector, milling Middle East and Africa. We have Dairy Business Africa, which is one of our newest publications serving the dairy industry. We have Fresh Produce Middle East and Africa, which serves the fruit and veg, spices and herbs sector. We have magazines in Food Safety Africa. And beyond that, we also have magazine on packaging, sustainable pack and print, which is very interesting because packaging is a big part of what the food industry is. But beyond the food sector, we also have Healthcare Middle East and Africa, which is a very interesting magazine for the health and pharmaceutical sector. And then we have our biggest and widest publication called Africa CEO Voices, where we do talk to CEOs and businessmen and leaders on transforming Africa. The development of AFMASS over the years, from our perspective, is truly reflective of the great transformation of the food industry in Africa over the last 10 to 15 years. When we started out AFMASS in 2015, the industry was at a very different level. The food manufacturing has always been a key part of the economy in Eastern Africa and other parts of Africa. But before then, there was, yes, there were big companies. Diageo was here, Coca-Cola was here. But what I've seen over the last few years as we report in our magazines is we've had more multinationals come into Africa. And these could be suppliers of equipment, ingredients, dairy companies. The big dairy companies are now invested in Africa. The beverage companies are all here over the last 9 years or 10. But beyond the big giants is also the ballooning of the local entrepreneur. So whether you go to the milling sector or the bakery sector or the fresh produce or the dairy sector, the local entrepreneur in Africa has made a lot more strides, even more than the multinationals. And this is something that really is reflective when you come around AFMASS and you observe what is on show and also the kind of people that you meet at AFMASS. Beyond the food manufacturing sector is a major transformation of retail. Yes, formal retail is still in many countries less than 10%. In Kenya it's around 30%. In South Africa is much more, 70+%. But what I realize around the transformation of the retail sector is that we are still just at the base of it. Let's take Kenya for example. The biggest retailer in Kenya, and by extension the Eastern and Central and Western Africa, right now is a Naivas supermarket. Started in 1990. They just crossed the 100 store number in the last few months. But then let's take the case of South Africa. So Shoprite Group, which is the biggest retailer in the continent, as at July 2023, had 3,500 plus stores, majority of them in South Africa. And yet, they are still not able to serve the whole of South Africa, which has only a population of 61 million at this time. So when I look at the retail sector, take the big giants, Nigeria, 200 plus million people. Barely do you see any structured formal retail. Ethiopia, 110 million people. Barely do you see any structured retail sector. And these are the countries that when I look forward to, if you look at the numbers from terms of population and urbanization, Nigeria, Tanzania, DRC, Ethiopia, and many other African countries are going to be tremendously transformed over the next 10 to 15, 20 years. Beyond that, into the hospitality segment, the big hotel brands are already in Africa. The big quick service restaurant chains are already in Africa. The numbers are still small, but what I know is that in the next 15, 20 years, the transformation we've seen in the last 10 years is going to be a dot in the history of the continent. So we are quite glad that AFMASS is really reflective of what's going on in the greater economy of Africa. 2024 marks our 8th edition of AFMASS event in Kenya. But beyond that, we've actually held the same event in Tanzania twice, and we've done the same in Zambia. So the whole concept of AFMASS Food Expo and the whole setup of AFMASS is essentially to provide a platform for the stakeholders within the food manufacturing, retail and hospitality sector to come together, network, do business, learn some new trends and technologies at the conference hall, and thereby facilitate sustainable growth of the food industry value chain in the continent. From our very start, the conference was always a very important part of the event, and we've had hundreds of business leaders and executives come to give their views on the state of the industry. And connected to that, from those 3 booths that we had in the first event, AFMASS has essentially over the years transformed into an expo. The expo is a bigger part of the event now. The conference is a smaller bit of it, but still a very critical part of the event. So still the topics of operational excellence, food safety, over time sustainability came along. We still talk about regulatory issues within the industry. So one key part of AFMASS has been, over time, we have worked very closely with all the stakeholders, whether you're talking about the government, suppliers of new technology, the food industry value chain stakeholders value AFMASS for its very localized content. And also, we ride the wave of what's happening in the continent. It's much easier to go to events. There are bigger events than AFMASS around the world. But when you go to those events, you don't get the pulse of the continent. So AFMASS gives us an opportunity to focus on the African space. And even as we grow the event beyond Kenya over the last few years, we are really cognizant of when we go to a country or to a region to provide content that is relevant to that sector. Let me give an example. Cocoa is a very big crop out of Africa, but not many countries have cocoa. Coffee, one of the biggest crops. Tea, one of the biggest crops. But one thing you notice about those 3 commodities is that they are very localized. So while cocoa is a lot more in the Western Africa side, Ivory Coast and Ghana are the top 2 producers around the world. Coffee tends to be more into the East, even as you have some coffee in West Africa. But the big part of coffee is in Uganda, is in Ethiopia, is in Kenya, and other countries that surround these three countries. So by localizing content, we're able to provide the industry stakeholders with the right information that they can rely on to run their businesses. I think the 8th edition of AFMASS we are reaching a very critical point with AFMASS. I think the first point of hosting an event outside Kenya in 2017 in Zambia was a big one for us. The first event to be held in Zambia, which was a conference and exhibition for the food industry stakeholders. Going to Tanzania was key for us. This year, going to Uganda will be key for us. And as we plan now to go into the West African side. At this year's event, we've been able to concretize a lot of ideas that we think can make the event be more useful to the key stakeholders within the food industry value chain. What I see this year is an opportunity for us to probably achieve some milestones that we really think are key for the event. An event is made up of many things, but I think the key thing is to have a growing list of exhibitors and that are also offering a diverse range of products. When someone walks in, they probably are not just walking in to buy a machine or to look at a machine they could buy in the future. They are looking at ingredients. They are looking at packaging. They are looking at cold chain and supply chain. They are looking at food safety and laboratory and compliance systems. That is what the food industry is looking for. So this year, what I see is a growth of at least 50% from last year in terms of the flow. We've added an extra hall this year from what we had last year. The 50% growth in exhibitor numbers is also quite interesting because for the first time, we've seen much more ingredients companies come to exhibit at AFMASS. We've seen the packaging sector come in very well. We've seen the milling and baking technology providers coming in. We've also seen the other supply chain providers come along. We have labs, we have quality testing companies, we have companies that can help you do many other things. But then also this year, we are also seeing the expansion into the financial services side. I think lots of times you might run a company, but you need money. You need insurance. So this year, probably for the first time, we'll have one big partner coming in from the financial side. So the 360-degree view of the industry, that's what we really want to see at AFMASS. As someone who, my early years was selling ingredients and working around food companies in the eastern and the southern part of Africa, talking to food company stakeholders, I really think there is a clear need for a local event that understands and is able to reach out to the key industry stakeholders. Not all these food industry stakeholders can go to Dubai, or go to Germany, or go to the US, or go to Brazil for the shows that are there that have thousands of exhibitors. I think for us this year is probably going towards nearly 100 booths and probably more. And that, to tell you the truth, is the biggest pure play food industry event in this region. So we are quite glad and we are really appreciative of the support that we've gotten from the key industry stakeholders. And those coming to the event should come very prepared that we have a lot more to see on offer, and also the variety on the floor is going to be really great for them. This year's event continues to be a free event to attend. So the conference is free to attend, the exhibition is free to attend. But one extra thing so you can sign up on the website, afmass.com. One extra thing we are doing this year is to hold a very special event within AFMASS. We'll have what we call the official dinner for the AFMASS Food Expo Eastern Africa edition. And I think by having this dinner right in the middle of the event, in one of the top hotels in the city, will give our exhibitors, our sponsors, our food industry stakeholders that we have invited to come to meet up later in the day in a better and more relaxed atmosphere, away from the hustle and bustle of the event. It's much easier to meet people at the event, but I think the meetings and the connections that could come through the official dinner could be life-changing for some of our attendees. So we welcome everybody to sign up. It's free to attend the conference and expo, and we want you to be there. As we host the 2024 edition of AFMASS Food Expo, we are quite glad to announce that as part of the review of the event that we've seen before, the events that we've held before, we think that this year gives us an opportunity to fine-tune some of the key areas at AFMASS in Nairobi. There are two key kind of exhibitors that come to AFMASS. There's what we call the B2B side, so equipment, packaging, ingredients, supply chain solutions, banks, and a lot. And then there's the side of AFMASS that has been growing quite substantially over the years, what we might call the B2C. So these are food companies, could be a bakery, could be a fresh produce company, could be a miller, could be a beverage company. So as this B2C side of AFMASS grows, what we foresee is that there is need to fine-tune the event and enable both sides of AFMASS to grow. So the B2B side, which has been the core and what has been holding AFMASS right on the base, has grown substantially. At the same time, the B2C side is also beginning to move in very fast. So what we are looking at, especially in the new 2025 event we'll be holding the first week of July, is to provide under one roof, but with very clear demarcation between the B2B side and the B2C side. So the B2B side is going to be renamed into AFMASS Food Manufacturing Expo. That will be in one hall with very clear demarcation, separate from the B2C side, what we are calling the AFMASS Food and Beverage Show. So on the B2C side, there's going to be a lot more activities from 2025. We'll add in competitions. We'll add in things that really make it amazing to go to a food show. At the same time, the AFMASS Food and Beverage Show is not just open for local companies. The food industry is changing, and as our tastes and preferences are changing, yes, we need to get lots of local food, but also food is becoming very global. As food becomes more global, there will be companies that might be from India, or from Thailand, or from Italy, or from the US, or from South Africa, or from Nigeria, looking at a market in Eastern Africa. So as we go into the 2025 edition, the Africa Food and Beverage Show is going to be a key part of the general AFMASS umbrella. And what we foresee is, if we are more structured on that side, we'll get many more exhibitors from 2025 going onwards. And as we grow the both sides of the B2B and the B2C, in a few years' time, we should be able to separate those two shows. But for this year, we've still done a fairly nice way to ensure that the B2C side, which can be fairly noisy, and because people are excited when they see food, they want to taste and they want to give their views. That side, together with the B2B side, remain together, but there'll be some kind of demarcations. But from 2025, it'll be quite clear on the demarcation and our opportunity to grow the B2C side. So we have some very interesting things coming up. And what I foresee is that the AFMASS Food Expo Eastern Africa, the one we are holding in Nairobi, remains our core, remains the core of our events. The events that are still going on in Zambia or in Tanzania or in Uganda on the East Coast on this side will remain more towards what we are eventually calling what we are calling the AFMASS Food Manufacturing Expo. But the event in Nairobi will have this bigger B2C component coming in. As you go to Nigeria, we probably are also looking at the same kind of setup as the Nairobi event. So we like to have one big event on the East Coast, and we'd like to have a second one in West Africa. So there's a lot more to do. And with my team, I think after all these years, we build the capacity internally to do a lot more. And for those who are coming to attend the event, we welcome you. For the exhibitors and the sponsors, without you, this event would not be where it is. And one thing that we do appreciate is that we've had lots of brands who have stayed with us from the very, very early days of AFMASS to now. As Africa changes and as the retail sector changes, hospitality sector changes, the manufacturing sector changes, AFMASS is a pulse that will be able to define the future as we go forward. So as we welcome you to AFMASS Food Expo Eastern Africa 2024 edition, the event happens on June 12th to 14th at the Sarit Expo Center. Sarit Expo Center is located within a very big mall, one of the biggest in this region. The Sarit Expo Center is located within Sarit Mall, which is in Westlands in Nairobi. Very easy to access, whether you are coming in from outside the country, from the airport, it's probably 15-20 minutes. If you are coming by bus, very easy to access. If you are walking, Westlands is a very busy district with lots of shopping, entertainment, and fun places to go to. So please join us. Log on to www.afmas.com/east to attend this year's event. Thank you.
Welcome to Cranbrook Flavors, where expertise meets innovation in the world of flavor solutions. With over 3 decades of experience, we stand at the forefront of the industry, offering bespoke flavor solutions tailored to our clients' diverse needs. Witness our technical excellence, where our capabilities extend to pioneering chemical creations, precision emulsions, advanced in-house spray drying, innovative aroma chemical synthesis, and the latest in taste modulation units. Guided by our state-of-the-art laboratories and a team fueled by innovation, we seamlessly deliver end-to-end solutions, from conceptualization to execution, all under one roof. Expanding our repertoire to include fragrance development, emulsion technology, sugar reduction innovations, and flavor masking compounds, we transcend to become indispensable partners, not only for bottlers, but for diverse industries alike. With a steadfast dedication to quality and adherence to regulatory standards, we ensure precise label accuracy and compliance for every market we serve. Join us at Cranbrook Flavors, where every flavor tells a story of excellence. Discover the taste of innovation today.
Attention food enthusiasts. Are you ready to embark on an innovative journey unlike any other? Hold on to your aprons because Freddie Hirsch is about to shake things up as an official sponsor and exhibitor at the prestigious AFMASS Food Expo Eastern Africa Edition 2024. The Freddie Hirsch Group is a privately owned customer-centric organization established in 1956. We are the largest supplier of food ingredients, sausage casings, meat processing equipment, and other sundry items to the red meat and poultry sectors of the food industry. We are a manufacturing, distribution, sales, and marketing organization which offers uniquely differentiated products and services through its highly trained sales and technical staff to thousands of independent and supermarket retail butcheries, meat processing factories, poultry processing factories, hotels, and restaurants. We foster long-lasting relationships with innovative partners to deliver quality and cost benefits. With our proud heritage of Freddie Hirsch, we have leveraged our unique competencies as the flavor house for East Africa, a proudly African brand woven into the fabric of taste in Africa. Join us as we unveil specialized technology which has revolutionized the meat industry. Freddie Hirsch is the innovative leader pioneering fresh ways and leading our industry into a new era. Be part of the latest achievements as we bring patented world-class technology to your business. With our history as an African producer and distributor of spices, ingredients, and flavors, we are uniquely positioned as the partner of choice to global and local meat, poultry, dairy, and bakery industries with the overall objective of serving authentic East African tastes. Come understand our signature spice blends that ignite the senses and be a witness to state-of-the-art equipment. Freddie Hirsch is here to redefine the landscape in the foods industry in Eastern Africa and beyond. But wait, there's more. As we gear up for this epic event, we're not just bringing products, we're bringing opportunities. Get ready to network with industry leaders, uncover the latest trends, and forge partnerships that will shape the future of food. So fellow meat processors, hoteliers, restaurant owners, and foodies, mark your calendars and make a date with Freddie Hirsch at the AFMASS Food Expo Eastern Africa Edition 2024. Come explore and be a part of the revolution that's set to ignite your imagination. We strive to bring excellence to the tiniest detail, and we're thrilled to be your strategic partner on this epic adventure. We are Freddie Hirsch, the largest supplier of food ingredients, sausage casings, meat processing equipment. We are proud sponsors and exhibitors at AFMASS Food Expo Eastern Africa Edition 2024. See you at the Expo. Let's make culinary magic together. Attention food enthusiasts. Are you ready to embark on an innovative journey unlike any other? Hold on to your aprons because Freddie Hirsch is about to shake things up as an official sponsor and exhibitor at the prestigious AFMASS Food Expo Eastern Africa Edition 2024. The Freddie Hirsch Group is a privately owned customer-centric organization established in 1956. We are the largest supplier of food ingredients, sausage casings, meat processing equipment, and other sundry items to the red meat and poultry sectors of the food industry. We are a manufacturing, distribution, sales, and marketing organization which offers uniquely differentiated products and services through its highly trained sales and technical staff to thousands of independent and supermarket retail butcheries, meat processing factories, poultry processing factories, hotels, and restaurants. We foster long-lasting relationships with innovative partners to deliver quality and cost benefits. With our proud heritage of Freddie Hirsch, we have leveraged our unique competencies as the flavor house for East Africa, a proudly African brand woven into the fabric of taste in Africa. Join us as we unveil specialized technology which has revolutionized the meat industry. Freddie Hirsch is the innovative leader pioneering fresh ways and leading our industry into a new era. Be part of the latest achievements as we bring patented world-class technology to your business. With our history as an African producer and distributor of spices, ingredients, and flavors, we are uniquely positioned as the partner of choice to global and local meat, poultry, dairy, and bakery industries with the overall objective of serving authentic East African tastes. Come understand our signature spice blends